마칸을 타보고서 깜짝 놀랐는데요. 마칸의 핵심이 되는 건 PPE라고 하는 새로운 플랫폼입니다. 프리미엄 플랫폼 일렉트릭의 약자고요. PPE 플랫폼은 마칸을 시작으로 앞으로 포르쉐와 아우디의 여러 전기차에 쓰일 예정이에요. 이 차를 타봤을 때 정말 놀라웠던 점은 운전할 때 즐거움도 있습니다만 그 운전할 때의 즐거움이 새로 만든 전기차인데 어떻게 지금까지 내연기관에서 쌓아왔던 수많은 경험들이 녹아있는 것처럼 느껴질까 하는 거겠죠. 그래서 플랫폼 전문가를 직접 모시고 궁금한 점들을 좀 들어보도록 하겠습니다. 셰시 전문가 슈테판 씨를 모셨습니다. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Stefan Lencho. I'm responsible for the body system at Porsche Macan.
The PPE, Premium Platform Electric. It sounds like very premium. So what is the important thing as a premium electric car?
I think it's very important when you make a platform that you can fit the models. So for Porsche, it was important that we have the performance options, that we can integrate the rear axle steering, that we can integrate powerful motors. We switched the motor on the back side, so you have more weight on the rear axle. That for us is a performance platform or a premium platform where you can have the characteristic in the car you want.
After I drive a Macan Turbo, I can feel sometimes feels like a Boxster and sometimes feels like a 911, then sometimes feel like Taycan. It reminds me of many Porsches. How brand new car reminds me of the old Porsche? What is the secret?
I think the secret in the development is to find the right characteristic for the new Macan. So we lowered the seating position. That is the thing you said about it drives like a 911. In the 911 you see it very low, so we lowered the seating position. We put more power on the back. That is more or less like the Taycan. You have the electric power, what is directly coming, and that is the idea for this car.
When I drive a combustion engine car, when I have to brake, I have to shift down too, so I can feel the grip in front of the corner. But in this car, just a brake, it feels like going down to the ground. How can it be possible?
You don't have a heavy motor in the front, but one of the things, the weight,
Engine, you mean engine.
the engine in the front. So you have more or less better weight. The center of gravity is lower. If you have a higher center of gravity, it goes more like and this car is going down on both axles.
Many people worry about the electric car generation because we are very familiar with the combustion engine. As an engineer, electric car is not so bad.
I think the electric car has a lot of good things. If you see the torque, you have direct high torque and not on a combustion engine who's going up the power. For the weight it is really, we are more flexible to locate the parts because it's more or less everything is wired, and so you have a more direct driving experience. So I think for an engineering side of view, the electric gives us very much options to make a real cool sports car.
I don't want to compare with the rivals, but before, we are driving an electric car about 10 years. When I drive an electric car, I feel like drifting with a neutral mission. I cannot feel the traction, the grip. I feel like just sliding in the neutral mode. I driving a Taycan now. Taycan has a grip. I can feel the traction, but the Macan feels like a combustion engine car. It's very familiar driving feeling. How can it possible?
I think the great advantage in this platform is that we made a complete new electric platform. You can switch signals very, very fast from all the systems and actuators. You can have a very direct driving, and even these that you have you can get 100% power on the back if you want this. So that's more or less near to a combustion engine car. And I think the Macan is more familiar for the customers and for driving and to compare with the combustion one.
And the PASM and PDCC, the naming is the same with the combustion engine version, but is there different with the combustion engine and the electric car?
I think the signals are going otherwise, and you can get more flexible and faster the power on the tires when you control the PSN.
Electric car is more faster.
Yeah, because you can react faster.
Ah, yeah. Because it's electric.
Yeah, and it's the same thing that you have if you want to accelerate, you can faster accelerate one.
Yeah. Reacts faster than the combustion engine.
Yeah, because it has no delay in the power. That's more or less the thing.
So, personally, you will choose electric car or less combustion engine car for your personal car.
Fortunately, I'm allowed to drive this car now for, I think I got my personal one in summer, so I drove a lot with the car. Now I like it very much. I came from a 911, so my car before was a 911, now I'm driving the Macan, and it's a real pleasure. I don't miss anything from the combustion, not anything.
If I heard your answer before I drive Macan, I will not agree with you because I'm loving with the 911 the combustion engine, but I already driven a Macan, 100% agree.
Thank you.
Maybe you will change 911 to full electric. I will believe you. I will believe Porsche. I already fall in love with Macan. I fully fall in love with Macan, but I'm driving a Taycan daily. I'm in love with the Taycan transmission. When I'm braking, I can feel the shift down, then I can feel more traction. So I fully agree with the two-speed transmission, but here's no two-speed transmission. I heard that this one is a two-stage single-speed transmission. What is difference and why did you choose this system for Macan?
We choose one with speed transmission because if you don't have the spread between acceleration and high speed, then you don't need the two gearbox. And now we have an inverter with 900 ampere, so you can make the power with ampere, and you don't need the spread of the gearbox. One gear is more efficient than 12 gear, and it's also a little bit smaller, and so it's also weight.
Yes. Taycan has more capacity for the weight, but this one is more compact. So you choose single speed?
No, when we develop the Taycan, we don't have an inverter with 900 ampere.
Yeah.
And we want to find the best spread between acceleration and high speed. And then it's better to have a higher, you have a first gear for the acceleration, and then for range of the speed, of the maximum speed, you have the two.
What is the two-stage single-speed transmission?
It's a single speed, it's a one gearbox.
But there in the paper, there's a two-stage single-speed transmission.
The reason is we have a small package, and then that you reach the result in the package, and in the one step it's not possible that we have two valves, but we have only one gear.
Yeah.
It's only package. That's the meaning about two-step, one gear.
The single-speed transmission will be a larger size,
Yes.
but you want to decrease the size.
Yes, and then we have two steps.
Yes, I see.
If you want to reach the spread between acceleration and maximum speed, then you need, and you have your electric motor, it's a maximum RMP. So you need one step, and now you have a bigger inverter with much more ampere, and so you can compare this. Or that's the reason.
So the bigger inverter
Yes.
means more capacity, something like that?
If you have more capacity, ampere in the inverter, then you have more torque and more power in the e-motor. Now you have 900 ampere, then you have more torque in the e-motor, and then you don't need two-step gearbox.
Yeah.
But if you want to drive, for example, with a Taycan GT, more than 300 kilometers,
Yeah.
then it's also necessary that you need a two gearbox.
The Taycan motor and the Macan motor is a little different with the character, right?
No, what you need for the car is more than 300 kilometers. It's a maximum speed. In the Macan, only 260. For example, in the new Taycan, it's also the same e-motor like in the Macan.
Yeah.
You don't have the necessary that you need 300 kilometers per hour. And then, for example, you have RPM from 70,000 RPM in this e-motor, and you need a maximum speed of 300 kilometers. Then you need a gearbox that will reach this RPM. But you also need a maximum acceleration from 0 to 60 or so. And then the spread is too big.
Okay, I see. Thank you very much, sir. 이 차가 내연기관 없이 전기차만으로 나온 이유는 전기차로서 포르쉐 다음을 불편함 없이 완벽하게 재현할 수 있다고 생각한 포르쉐 엔지니어들의 결과물이에요. 그리고 자동차를 만든다는 건 좋은 엔진 따로, 서스펜션 좋은 것 따로, 좋은 플랫폼 따로 해서 만들어서 합치는 게 아니고, 말하자면 만들 요리를 정해놓고 거기에 맞는 재료들을 담는 것이지, 어떻게든 손에 넣을 수 있는 재료를 가지고 그냥 만들어 봤더니 이런 요리가 되었다라는 게 아니에요. 그래서 포르쉐 마칸은 포르쉐의 엔지니어들이 생각하는 가장 훌륭한 자동차는 어떤 모습이어야 한다라는 목표를 먼저 세우고 거기에 맞는 결과물들을 넣은 차라고 볼 수 있습니다. 한마디로 말하자면 포르쉐야, 그냥 사도 돼, 사라.